Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to explain why I chose this five journal for my topic about speaking difficulties and strategy used in EFL learning. I selected this journal because all of them discuss too closely a related aspect in EFL speaking, namely student speaking difficulties and the strategy used to overcome these difficulties. Even though each journal has a different focus, all of them are interconnected and support one another. The first journal is a study on the difficult in English speaking for EFL student by Eva Mehdi Kulsum. I choose this journal because it clearly explains the kinds of speaking difficulties experienced by EFL student. The researchers found that students had difficulties in grammar, fluency, pronunciation, vocabulary, anxiety, lack of confidence, shyness, and motivation. One important statement says students are afraid of making mistake with the grammar they use when speaking English. Another statement says the regional accent make it difficult for them to speak English. This journal is relevant because it provides clear evidence about the real speaking problem faced by EFL learners. The second journal is EFL learners difficult in speaking English by Alvin Normawati. I choose this journal because it also discusses speaking difficulties, especially linguistic problem. On page 1, the study found that grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, the finding is strongly related to the first journal because both journal identify grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary as the main speaking difficulties. Besides discussion difficulties, journal explains several speaking strategies and classroom activity on page 2 until 3, such as discussion, play, communication game, and prepare talk. An important statement say bus the language because discussion and stress level decreases. This provide the strategy can help students improve their pronunciation. Third journal is fatiguing if learners learning strategy in speaking skill. I selected this journal because it focuses directly on learning strategy used by successful EFL learners. One page 3018 until 3082. About cognitive strategy, conversation strategy, affective strategy, and social strategy. One important statement say compensation strategy refers to the way learners overcome the problem faced when speaking English. Another finding on page 3084 explain the metacognitive strategy, and this journal is connected with the previous journal because it explains how students solve the speaking difficulties identified in the first and second journal. And then the fourth journal is understanding the strategy employed by EFL learners to overcome speaking anxiety in the classroom by Anna Tereniana. I chose this journal because it especially focuses on speaking anxiety, which is one of the most common problems found in EFL speaking. One page 30 until 34, the journal states speaking anxiety, development of fluency and confidence in speaking. This statement is related to the first journal. And then one page 35 until 37, the journal explains several strategies used to overcome anxiety, such as positive self-talk, visualization, preparation and practice, emotional regulation, and supportive learning environment. One important sentence say, preparation and consistent practice reduce anxiety and increase confidence. This proves the strategy used helps students manage speaking difficulties effectively. The last journal is relationship among EFL learners. Self-regulated learning strategy use speaking anxiety and speaking strategy used by Alfandi. I selected this journal because it explains the relationship between speaking anxiety and strategy use. One page 3081, the journal explains several speaking problems such as fear of make mistake, shyness, low confidence, and vocabulary problem. These findings are similar to the first and fourth journal. The most important finding appears on page 3079 until 3080. They are significantly negative. And then this means that students who use more learning strategy tend to have lower speaking anxiety. That's all for me. Thank you. Goodbye.